This is Lynn Fraser with the Kilby Center for Recovery and the Radical Recovery Summit. And I'm talking today with Joan Tollifson, author and teacher, and her latest book is Death, the End of Self-Improvement. And I wanted to talk with you, Joan, so that you could maybe give some, set some context and give people some ideas about how to work with the whole COVID-19 and the increased anxiety and fear and what's going on in people's minds and addictions are increasing and violence is increasing and
Mhm.
what might you say about all of that? That's a big question, I know, but what might you say about that?
Aside from "Don't worry, be happy." No,
Well, that's one thing. Yeah.
um, well, I just, um, first of all, would say that, I think when we're feeling stressed or upset or confined, it's natural to want something that will soothe us or comfort us or distract us or um, numb us or whatever. And there's nothing inherently wrong with that. I think the whole addiction recovery journey, as I see it, is about sort of discovering what things actually do that in a nurturing way and a wholesome way, and what things do that in a way that actually makes us suffer more
Right.
and makes the people around us suffer more. So
Right.
so and it's a journey. And um, someone once compared the spiritual search to having sex with a 900-pound gorilla and said, you're not done until the gorilla's done. and and I would say addiction is kind of like that. You're not done until the gorilla's done, in a way. And it's
Yeah.
like, I think that's really important to remember, because it's easy to um, add a secondary layer of kind of blaming ourselves when we fall short, or when we slip into some kind of addictive pattern. So,
Right.
or lose our temper at the children that we're stuck at home with, or whatever it might be. So, to be kind to ourselves and to realize that, we're all doing our best in every moment, given all the conditions and everything that goes into all of us. We're doing our best in every moment. And what is the only possible in this moment. So, and I also think, I would say, to beware of the kind of, like, to me it's all about recovery, and waking up, and all this is all about just right here, right now.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
the thinking mind, is always looking for the future. It starts with the premise that this is not it, this is not okay, and I'm going to find something that is okay in the future, even if that future is a split second from now. But it's the future.
Mhm.
And so, to see that both the thought pattern that says, I need to indulge, I need to light up a cigarette or get a drink or eat a pint of ice cream or whatever it is, that thought that says, I need to indulge. And then there's another thought that says, no, you shouldn't do that. You're trying to stop. That's bad. You don't want to do that. And those are both just thoughts. And they're in conflict. It's like we've split, in the imagination, we've split me into two separate halves that are now in conflict with each other. And one is the good girl and one is the bad girl. And one is saying, go for the ice cream. And the
Mhm.
other is saying, no, don't do that. Be
Right.
good. And
Yeah.
and they're both about the future, actually. They're both about the future. They're both the go for the ice cream is obviously about the future, a few seconds from now. And
Yeah.
don't do that is about the future too. And so, just to kind of see all the thoughts that go with an addiction, like, I really want that cigarette. No, don't have a cigarette. You're going to ruin your health. I'll just have one. No, don't do it. You said you weren't going to do that anymore.
Right.
It's costing you a fortune. Just see all those thoughts, and they're all just thoughts. And then, is it possible just to be, not to think, but to be right here in this moment, and just to pause, maybe even just to take 30 seconds or a minute, or 5 minutes or whatever before getting the ice cream or the cigarette, and
Mhm.
just feel the urge itself in the body as sensation. Just feel it. And it feels very distressing. It feels like this is going to kill me. I can't stand this. This is going to kill me. I need the cigarette or the ice cream or the drink or whatever.
Right.
Or I need to, yell at the kids or whatever it is. But if we can just feel that urge, that urgency that feels like it's going to kill us as pure sensation in the body, just not the thoughts, but the sensations. Where is it in the body and how does it move and what does it feel like? And we may discover that it's actually not going to kill us, that we can survive it, and that it actually dissipates, it dissolves. Or we may go and get the ice cream or light up the cigarette. And again, then just to be with that, just to be present with eating the ice cream or smoking the cigarette and see what that's like and see what it feels like afterwards, and just be aware of the whole thing. And also to, I think it's just really helpful whenever this invites us just to give our attention to whatever's going on in this moment outside of the thinking mind. It might be just the sound of traffic or the sound of a bird singing, just cheep, 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 or whoosh, 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 or the croaking frogs, or the smell of coffee, or the just or the sensations in the body. Just pause and really feel the body, feel the sensations. I mean, just the sensory reality of this moment, which we pay so little attention to because we are so habituated to giving most of our attention to the thought realm, to the stories, the thoughts, the narratives, the explanations, and all of that. So to switch that and just, again, not as some heavy-handed, I've got to do this and I've got to do it right, but just when it invites us as something pleasurable, to just as listen to the traffic, listen to the birds, feel the body. And it's a wonderful thing, just kind of shifting out of the mind, thinking mind, into the body. And then you discover, in a way, there's not even a body here. There's just presence. There's just this open, spacious, listening presence with bird cheeps and traffic sounds and all kinds of sensations moving and vibrating, and you know and then maybe that includes everything. It might include the kids yelling and screaming, and again, and just to be with that, just to see the reaction that comes up, because there's the it's obviously unpleasant to listen to screaming children. It's neurologically unpleasant, and I'm not a mother, but I assume if you are, it triggers some sort of pro- probably biological distress thing that you've got to do something. So it's not unpleasant on a physical level, but we add a whole layer of distress and unpleasantness on top of that with thinking about it. So just to see the thoughts that might come up, like, this is ruining my day, or why do they have to be like this, or I'm a terrible mother, I've just yelled at them again, or all those kinds of thoughts that are all about me and them, and how I'm doing well or I'm doing poorly, or they're doing well or they're doing poorly, or this is ruining my space or whatever. Just to see all that, because that's like an added layer of distress and suffering. And again, not to beat ourselves up when we don't do that. I mean, it's just, if you're stuck at home with a bunch of kids, and especially if you've got a drunk husband there as well. I mean, people are in a lot of difficult, challenging situations now. The health workers, the people who are out of work, the people who are running out of money, or have run out of money. I mean, people are in challenging situations. I'm for me, it's quite easy. It's kind of my normal lifestyle. I'm on the easy retreat, but some of you are on the advanced retreat. And, for those of you on the advanced retreat, I mean, you're probably doing a whole lot better than I could do. So, really, honestly, just give yourself a little credit for, you know, the fact that this is a challenging and difficult situation, and none of us are perfect. So um, we're all just doing our best. And but the more we can just kind of bring attention to what's right in front of us, right here, right now. I mean, of course, we have to do some practical thinking about, how am I going to get groceries or something? But, that's different than the kind of thinking that's sort of like, oh my God, when is this going to end? What if I go broke? What if I can't? What if the business fails? What if this? What if that? You know, that kind of thinking doesn't help. It's not functional. It's just suffering. So, and again, we can't make that stop by willpower or something, but just seeing it and seeing it for what it is, it begins to lose its believability and its grip. It kind of begins to soften. And when we notice that kind of thinking, if we can, just to, again, shift attention to the traffic sounds, the sensations in the body, just this immediacy right here, right now. So that's what I would say. And I just, feel a lot of love and for everyone. And I wish everyone the best. And I think this is going to change the world. It already is changing the world, and I think it's going to change the world in some ways that we would consider positive, in some ways we would consider negative, and that's the way everything is. And change can be hard sometimes, but it's part of life. So we just kind of have to roll with it. We don't really have a choice because we are this life. We're not really separate. It's not like we're something that's in life. We are life, and
Right.
it's all one whole happening. The thoughts, the emotions, the virus, the sirens, the everything. It's one whole happening, and nobody is really in control of it. It's just going on by itself, and we can notice that, and there's a peace in that. There's a peace in that. So I just say, blessings to everyone.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Joan.
Thank you, Lynn.
Yeah, that's really good to be able to see it on that level, to see that, we have catastrophic thinking because we don't know what's going to happen. And then we can come back into the experience of right now and
Mhm.
find a way to be present with that.
And the truth is, we never know what's going to happen. I mean, we think we do a lot of the time,
Yeah.
but we never know what's going to happen in the next second.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. To get comfortable with that is an advanced practice. Yeah.
yeah, comfortable with uncertainty and chaos and disruption and things not being the way we want them. We can notice that sort of inner 2-year-old that's like, this is not going my way.
Yeah, exactly.
But,
And it has
hey,
to, and it should.
welcome to life.
Yeah, that's so true.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank
So
you.
I just salute all of you on the advanced retreat, especially.
Yeah. Yes, I do too. Yeah, thank you. The Kilby Center for Recovery is reaching out to some of the people we've interviewed for the Radical Recovery Summit. We're asking, how can you support people that are struggling during the COVID-19 pandemic? There is a range of programs and support that people are offering, as well as ways to frame this. What is it that's happening inside of you during this time? Come to radicalrecoverysummit.com to click right through to the interviews.